So I've had these packets of mini canvases for years now, and they've always just sat in my room collecting dust. I never really actually knew what I wanted to paint on them, but I recently decided that I wanted to do a little challenge and get myself to do 6 of these paintings in a week. You may notice there are actually 8 canvases in the packets, but I just thought I'd give myself a bit of a break and not stress myself out too much. I primed the canvases with gesso, which honestly is something I never usually do, and I really do need to get in the habit of doing this more often. I need to look into the best practices for priming canvases really, because I know it really does make a difference with your paintings, especially with oil paint. I used a pink acrylic paint for the base layer. I just wanted to do this for a bit of fun, honestly. I thought it'd be pretty cool if you could see bits of bright pink peeking through, and also it would help bring all the paintings together and make them look more cohesive. So for the actual paintings themselves, I decided I wanted to do a little collection of British wildlife. I just really love animals and wanted to just try out painting different animals, because I've done a lot of like cats and dogs, because I do a lot of like pet portraits and things like that. I thought it'd be fun to just do some other types of animals, ones that I've never done before. So I sourced my reference images from Pixabay, which is a royalty-free website, and I collated a bunch of images that I thought looked really good together, and also cropped them to square ratios so I knew how I wanted them to fit onto the canvases. I'm just really roughly sketching out the animals on the canvases just so I know where I'm going to place everything. I usually use colour erase pencils for sketching out, because I don't really like how the graphite can look if it gets muddled up with the paint, but none of my colour erase pencils are showing up, so I just went for the old mechanical pencil. When I go to paint the animals, I start with the darkest colours first and block that out. And then I build up the different shades and contrasts gradually. There's a real ugly stage that paintings go through during the painting process, and I've only recently learned to just accept it and enjoy the process and don't panic too much about what it looks like in the moment. I used to get really disheartened if it didn't look amazing all the time, and I'd really struggle to keep up the motivation to keep going. But I just think it's really important to just persevere and enjoy the whole process of the actual painting itself. Towards the end, it all just comes together. I noticed that a lot with my paintings. It can look pretty bad for a long while, and then you just start adding those little details and suddenly it all just makes sense. I just wanted to mention, in case you guys didn't know, I have a website. It's lharrisonart.co.uk. That's where I keep my portfolio and my about me and links to my various social medias and things like that. And I'm also going to be setting up a shop shortly. I'm just looking into some drop shipping options because unfortunately I don't have the facilities to make prints myself and ship them out personally. I also have an email list, so if you want to get updates on my latest projects, things I'm working on at the moment, shop updates when that happens, and any other just important updates that I want to share with you guys, then feel free to sign up to my email list. I'll put a link in the description, and yeah, it'll be great to have you guys along. So painting on the mini canvases was quite challenging because they are so small and fiddly, and it's really hard to get finer details, especially with the eyes. I really struggled with the eyes sometimes and had to redo them quite a lot of times. And I've only got one really tiny brush, and even that didn't feel small enough. But it was quite a fun challenge to set myself because it made me think of the painting in a different way, because I had such a limited space to get across what I wanted to get across and try and, you know, make what I was painting look like actual animals. But I think it turned out pretty well in the end. I was quite happy with my paintings, and especially when you see them all together, they do look like they belong together, which is what I was aiming for. So when I was filming this video, I did try and do multiple angles. I wanted to try and keep it interesting for you guys and change it up a little bit here and there. But I found that some of the shots aren't quite the best. My hand would get in the way, or my hair would get in the way when I was leaning in to do the small details, or the light would be shining too brightly and making the paintings glisten a little bit too much. So I do want to apologise for any of the shots that are actually like hard to see what's going on. I'm still figuring out the best ways to film my art in my current setup, and I'm trying to work with what I've got currently, but then also keep in mind things that I should try and invest in the future so I can make better quality videos. To be fair, a lot of the oil paintings in the future will most likely be on an easel. I'm not going to be doing these mini paintings for every single video, and any other paintings that I do at my desk will probably be like gouache or watercolour or something, so we shouldn't have the issue with the glistening, which would be great, but yeah. So the oil paintings that I'm using are the Norma Blue range by Schminker, and they're eco-friendly and vegan. and they are water mixable oil paints, which I recently transitioned to using because I really don't enjoy solvents, and they give me a terrible headache and make my throat feel all sore. So yeah, I've stayed away from those now, but these water mixable ones are really great so far. Honestly, I can't really tell the difference, apart from the fact that they're much easier to clean off of your hands, which is great. But yeah, they're really good, and I recommend looking into them if it's something that you're interested in. I used to do a lot of portraits of people, mostly like famous people. You'll see if you look at my website or my Instagram. But I'm now leaning more towards nature and animals, and I want to show the beauty of the world through my artwork. I really love painting animals. I love doing my pet portrait commissions as well, because it's so nice to do art of animals that people adore. And I love animals myself too, so I get a lot of enjoyment out of painting animals and nature and things like that. So yeah, that's something I'm going to be doing a lot more often, and what I'm going to send to my work on more, which I'm really excited about because it makes me feel more fulfilled. The universe was really against me when I was doing this hair painting. My phone kept stopping the recording all the time, my storage was full, my phone died, I couldn't get the hair to look right, the proportions were all off, the lighting is terrible as well, and yeah, I did not have a good time with this hair. Luckily it was the 5th painting I'd done, so it didn't discourage me too much because I knew I was near the end, and I do actually like how it turned out in the end despite everything, but there's not a whole lot of footage of me painting it because yeah, my phone was not playing ball that day. Please excuse the state of my nails as well, guys. I'm getting them done literally tomorrow. It's been a while and they're really in need of some TLC. It's interesting to see how my paintings evolved over the week. I think by the 3rd one I started to get a lot better at painting on such a small scale with oil paint, and honestly I'm really surprised how detailed I managed to get them to look, despite how difficult it was to get the eyes done, for example, because I just did not have a brush small enough. But just the act of painting every day really helped me and made me feel more comfortable with the painting process. It made me feel like I was a bit more in control, like I just knew what I was doing, because I was like, oh, this is fine. I did this yesterday. I can just, get another one done, smash it out in an hour, sorted. So it was really fun to actually force myself to sit and paint every day. And I can definitely see a benefit from doing it, and it is something that I'd like to try and do more often if I can. Even if it's just sitting down for 30 minutes to an hour, any amount of time really helps towards just making you feel more confident, learn new skills, strengthen old skills and things like that. So I found it really beneficial. Oh, I will also be painting more pink on the border of the canvases as well. I couldn't do it for this video because the paints are still wet, and I didn't want to smudge like brown oil paint in the acrylic paint. So I haven't done that yet, but I will be doing that once the paintings are dry. Finally, here are all the paintings done. I think they turned out really cool and I like them a lot. So yeah, I hope you do too. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys!